I'd like to introduce the person who will be speaking with us today. Uh, it's my honors to be able to have him with us today, and I will, do the introduction and also ensure that this is live and can show on a few other channels as well. So if you're in the house today, watch out for. I think we can show this on the green community. Let me see if we can do this off on the green community as well. So I'll just be doing a quick introduction, and once I'm done with the introduction, we'll have him share with us. It's going to be exciting today. I don't know about you, but I'm excited, and I know that there's a lot we will learn today. So I'd like us to ensure that all the key people are in. Send the invites out so that everybody gets to know that we're about to go live. I will read a brief profile. I will invite him to go on video, and then we'll kick off. Somebody said volume. If you can hear me and hear me loud and clear, can I hear yes? Can just type yes in the chat box there. Let me be sure that you can hear me loud and clear. And the person who is saying volume is probably the one experiencing the volume challenge privately. Okay, good. So please, you can see that the volume is loud and clear. Excellent. So today it's about growing your leadership, and we've been having back-to-back a number of very exciting people share with us about leadership. Leadership is something I feel very passionate about. I believe that if we will get things correctly in our country, it will be because we have all learned what leadership is about. And we're not just pointing fingers at the people who are occupying positions of leadership, but we're actually doing something within our own small spaces as well to ensure that we are leaders. Leadership is not about a title. It's about taking responsibility and doing a variety of things. And we've been learning. So we've learned leaders and vision. We've learned from Alex Goma, leaders engage and enlist. We've learned from Demola Omitayo, leaders empower. And we've learned a little from me, leaders exemplify. And today we're going to be learning from Dr. Kachi Onubogu on leadership. Leaders encourage and energize. And I would like to just quickly share with us a profile of Dr. Kachi Onubogu so that we know who we're listening to and we can prepare our questions and prepare our listening here as well. So today, very quickly, I have in the house Dr. Kachi Onubogu. He holds a BSc in physics from the University of Jos, an MBA from the Gordon's Institute of Business Sciences, University of Pretoria, South Africa, an advanced management program certificate from Wharton Business School of the University of Pennsylvania, and a doctorate degree from the SBS Swiss Business School in Zurich, Switzerland. And in case you're wondering if he's an academic, I can assure you he's not. He's spent the last 25 years in a very active career in marketing, sales, and financial service space, and has led the development and growth of many household brands in Nigeria. Some of the brands you will recognize as I begin to reel them out over the next few minutes. He began his career in Procter & Gamble in Nigeria, and over a 10-year period worked on various brands and various categories in Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa. In 2005, he returned to Nigeria to manage the Malta Guinness and subsequently the Guinness brands for Diageo. His work at Guinness remains etched in the memory as he was behind the multiple award-winning Greatness campaign and the Udeme brand. If you remember, my friend Udeme is a great man. Yeah, so you're talking about Dr. Kachi Onubogu. So Udeme brand personification, which saw the brand soar. He will later move back to South Africa to manage the paper care business for Kimberly-Clark, South Africa, and then to Kenya to lead the consumer goods investment arm of a Russian private equity firm, Prosperity Capital Management, based in Nairobi, Kenya. Dr. Kachi Onubogu returned to Nigeria with Pomasidor as General Manager Marketing and rose to the position of Executive Director Commercial, responsible for sales, marketing, and logistics for the organization and a member of the board. In 7 years, he led and launched the repositioning of Pomasidor brands like Loya, Onga, Cowbell Coffee, Cowbell Choco, etc. In September 2017, he was appointed the Group Executive Director in the TGI Group, and in a period of 2 years, led the conceptualization, production, and market launch of Terra Seasoning Cubes and Golden Terra Soya Oil. He also created a B2C arm of the then business, which managed product distribution in categories from food, Big Bull rice, oils and cubes, and home care products. He held that position until September 2019. In February 2020, he was appointed CEO of Fruiter Juice and Services, one of the leading fruit drinks manufacturing outfits in Nigeria. He's also on the board of many successful SMEs in the food manufacturing, micro-lending, and financial services space in Nigeria, UK, and South Africa. He also runs a full-service business advisory and consultancy practice, Zuriel Consulting. Dr. Onobogu was an ex-co member of the Advertising Association of Nigeria, ADVAN, and is a fellow and a current council member of the National Institute of Marketing of Nigeria, president of the Lagos chapter of the Federal Government College JOS Old Students Association, amongst others. He's married to Chinwe and they are blessed with kids. Please help me join me in welcoming today to talk to us about leadership, encourage and energize Dr. Kachi Onobogu. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. You wrote that a very long profile, but thank you very much.
Yeah.
I hope you can hear me well.
Loud and clear.
Okay. I just want to say to everybody panelists, thank you very much. Thank you, Diolu, for having me. I have seen what you're doing and the discourse around leadership, and like you, leadership is dear to my heart. I've also seen and followed you invite a lot of distinguished people I respect in the
oh boy, I'm losing you.
And I think
hello, I'm losing some sound. I hope it's from my side. Can anybody else hear? Okay, no audio. I think something has gone on with the internet. Okay. I think something has happened with the internet. We're going to give him a few minutes. I'm sure he will get it back on. Okay. So I think what's happened is something has happened to sound from his end. Not a worry. We'll expect him to come back in. So if you can hear me, but you cannot hear him, don't worry. He'll be back in a jiffy, and then he will be able to speak with us. I'm sure he'll fix whatever it is. Yeah, welcome again to the reality of the environment. Good, you can hear me. Excellent. So as soon as he reconnects, I'll pull him up on the front. I'm sure you heard. Okay, I think he's back in. Welcome back.
Hello. I don't know what happened, but okay.
I think yeah.
Don't worry, it's part of the leadership challenges we have in Nigeria. but it is important. We can't grow a nation or grow a business or grow a people without leadership. And it is one topic that is so discussed. I don't think any topic globally, not just Nigeria, I don't think any topic that has been more researched or discussed, because the foundation of growth is leadership. So I'm going to talk about, Diolu asked me to talk about leaders, encourage, and energize. But I guess before we talk about encouraging and energizing, I know everybody talks about leadership, but for me, I keep asking myself, who is a leader? What is leadership? Because, you know, like music, there are so many types of songs. You know, you hear some musicians sing and you ask yourself, oh, how can this guy be singing and people are buying his music? You know, from Fela to Davido to whoever you call it. They all sing and they have different tunes. But one thing about music is that however you like your music, it is soothing to you. So leadership is not, there's no singular definition of leadership. But at the end of the day, people who are led recognize good, or do I say great leadership. And so I'll start with what is leadership to me. A leader for me is somebody who has a passion for something bigger than himself. Something bigger than himself. And some of you will think and say, well, but in my companies, we have leaders. Yes, everybody claims they are a leader, but leadership is much more than managing resources. Actually, managing resources, like we define a lot of leadership, it's actually management, because you have multiple resources you're managing to deliver a goal. A leader is about something bigger than management. It's about a cause. It's about something you're passionate about. So great leaders in organizations are not just good business managers, but oftentimes are people who set direction or set the business on a direct course, or are passionate about, for instance, developing people, getting people to be the best they can be. That's much more than management. Management is getting people, resources to deliver your business goals. Leadership is about something that you're passionate about, that you drive through people. It is larger than you. One of the biggest challenges we have as people, as Nigerians, often we think about leadership within the context of ourselves. So the president for us is a leader. A great president is not just a president, but is one that inspires people to be better than they are, that inspires a nation to pursue certain directions or goals that they set for themselves. That is what makes you a great leader. In history, there have been great leaders. So you talk about Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, the main leaders. Fela in his own case. I mean, I'll use leaders because forget about political leadership. Fela was a leader who inspired people. Robert Nesta Marley was a great leader who inspired behaviors that people today still sing about. So if I strip political leadership, they inspire the guy also of the Nobel Peace Prize. He was not a politician, but he's a leader in every sense of the word. Many years after he is gone, his cause of celebrating peace, of promoting peace, remains what we celebrate today. Once you're a Nobel Prize laureate, everybody respects you globally. Not because Alfred Nobel wanted to be a great man, but he had a cause. He believed in the cause of peace. And that's why today, many years after it's gone, we celebrate him. So first of all, leadership, I need people to understand, is bigger than managing resources. Leadership is bigger than political titles. The fact that you're a governor doesn't make you a good leader. I mean, Nigeria is a good example where we have political leaders that are worse than anybody else. So what you are, I ask a lot of people sometimes, you say, oh, this man is a great leader. And the question I ask them is, would you want your son to be like that man? If you strip out the money, if you strip out the wealth you have, or power you ask, would you truly want your kids or your family or yourself to be like that? And if you cannot answer that in the definitive, then the person you look up to is probably truly not a leader. Martin Luther King was not a politician. He didn't have any political power. He was a pastor, but more importantly, was a leader of emancipation of black people in the United States of America. Today we talk about him. So I think it's to define that leadership is not about, it's about being able to inspire people to understand what you want to do and move in that direction you want. I use another word about inspiring people because leadership is about people. Leadership is not about you. People say to ourselves, oh, I'm a great leader because I'm smart, I talk well, I went to school, my father is a big man, I have a big job, my title is director or CEO, that makes me a leader. I think it is the single biggest fallacy of leadership. I lived in South Africa for over 10 years, and I say to people, we all respect Nelson Mandela. What I respected about him, and people think about, oh, they did apartheid, they changed, and then he became peaceful. Nelson Mandela gave up his life for a cause he believed. In fact, to some people, he gave too much for that cause because he gave up his family, he gave up his wife and kids. He was offered many times to come out, but because he believed in freedom of his people was bigger than his life, and he was willing to give his life. He was willing to give his life. For those of you who are Christians here, you talk about the Shadrach, about this, and they said the king said they should pray to the God, to the idols, and they said that we will not pray. That if the God we believe in doesn't save us, they will rather die for the cause they believe in. That is the definition of leadership. So leadership is bigger than a title, and it's important because when we look at the context of encouraging and energizing people, it's not about me. It's not about you watching me today. It's about that ability to understand what your belief systems are, to have passion around that belief, whatever you want to fight for, and to motivate people around your cause so that they see what you want to see, they believe in you, and they believe that if they follow you, you will not let them down. There are qualities of great leaders, you know. I know people have talked about leadership, but I wanted to define that concept of leadership, because if not, we will be failing ourselves by thinking, oh, okay, yes, I'm a big man, I have a name, I have a title. So if he's this, then he must be a leader. Now, leaders have a lot of characteristics, a lot of intrinsics, which, you know, I will start with the biggest quality of a leader. You know, people talk about all sorts. I think the biggest quality of a leader is humility. He understands, I am this small compared to the cause I believe in. People think about decisiveness, making decisions. No. The single biggest quality of a good leader is that he understands that within the context of what he's fighting for, he's nothing. But he believes that even that nothingness in him can stimulate, can inspire, can ignite passion with a group of people so that they move together to achieve that goal. The first fundamental thing about leadership is humility. And if you're humble, it means that you teach your followers, you make your followers believe they are bigger than who you are. Again, sorry, I'm a Christian, so I'll use my own philosophies. In Christianity, the biggest leader everybody follows is Jesus Christ. Simple. And at the Passover, when I was washing the feet of his servants, that was symbolism of humility. Now, this was my king, I'm the Oga, and my boys, and one boy is walking to my office. And I said, okay, guys, sit down. Let me go and serve you. Let me make tea for all of you, one by one myself. After that, I put a towel on my hand and said, let me wash your feet. It wasn't because he needed to do it. It was because this thing we talk about leadership being about humility. The foundation of a great leader is that he is humble and understands his cause. In the context of his cause, he is nobody. The cause is more important than the person. And I'll explain why I've talked about this, why I talk about the issue of encouraging and energizing. The second thing about leadership, it's a leader is compassionate. He is compassionate. Compassion means you see it from the feet of the other guy. Compassion means that when you fail, I'm there to pull you up. Compassion means that even if you hurt me, even if in the course of the journey, you doubt me. You know, when they say, politicians will say, no victor, no vanquish, is the worst thing I've heard in Nigeria, because Nigeria, once you're a victor, everybody's vanquished. But in real terms, a great leader believes in compassion. Even when I win, I am a leader for all. I am the one that will still inspire those who don't believe in my cause to go on the journey of my cause. A leader is compassionate. A leader is passionate about what he believes in. So he is not swayed like coconut tree in Oriru by the ocean. Because if he believes in a cause and he moves side to side, it detracts him from the cause. The cause he's fighting for, and the cause to get to the cause, it detracts him from it. So a leader in himself is passionate about what he does. And when you hear passionate leaders speak, you understand that this is, you know, like in today's nomenclature, young people say, my ride and die partner. A leader's cause is I ride or I die, because I fundamentally believe that my cause is right. Now, he's compassionate, he's humble, he's compassionate, he's passionate about what he wants to do, but also importantly, he's clear as to what he wants to do. You know, the worst kind of leaders are the ones that say, when I get in there first, I'll know what to do. You know, Nigerian politicians, You say, make I enter first. Let me win first. The objective of my leadership, let me win. After I win, we will sit down. The worst kind of leaders and the worst kind of people stand for nothing because they fall for everything. The objective isn't to shift lives or improve lives or drive a cause that makes our world a better place. People ask me once that, and I'll go from a marketing standpoint, and people ask me about brands and say to me, oh, which brands actually do well for the long term? And I say to people this, and I repeat it, every great brand that has survived over 100 years was built on meeting a fundamental need, not producing a brand, not making money. Great brands, like, it's about leadership. It's like leadership. It is built around the cause. So if you talk about, I don't want to advise any brand here, but if you talk about Coca-Cola, it's built around quenching thirst. It was not fundamentally built from the beginning to just make money. If you look at McDonald's, it's about providing easy, fast food. We call it fast food. The point is that, look, like leadership, great brands or great leaders are all built around a cause or meeting a fundamental need. If your brand of leadership is to be rich or to be famous, being famous is not a cause. Being rich is not a cause. Having police escort around me is not a cause. It is playing on our own vanity. When your leadership is about you, then you're not a leader, you're fooling yourself. Your leadership is about an idea that people can rally around and shift philosophies, psychologies, personalities, goals, countries, nations. That is what drives leadership. So a leader is compassionate, he's passionate, he's humble, he has clarity as to what he wants to achieve. Clarity, no confusion. He is courageous, courage. There are two things about courage. We look about courage, sometimes talk about courage as being willing to die for our cause. That's one thing about courage. Courage means that I can give it all for this cause. Courage also means that when I'm wrong and I've failed, I'm willing to step back. When they say political leaders make mistakes and they say, I admit I've been wrong, and as such, I'm giving up my position, for instance. That is courage. Because you're going to go back home to your village and your family and say to them, why did you quit being president of a country? Because I lost one soul and I promised them I would not lose anybody. No man's blood is worth it. That is what courage is. Courage is about being willing to make the ultimate sacrifice of your life or that for which you hold dearly because of a cause you believe in. The biggest failure we have again as people and as a nation is that we don't have leaders who are courageous. Leaders who are willing to say, I have made a mistake. And for this, I accept full responsibility. That is courage in leadership. So a leader is passionate, compassionate, humble. He has clarity of purpose. He's very courageous. And it's decisive. So why is it important? Why is leadership important? I started by telling you that leadership is not about you. It's about a cause bigger than you. But more importantly, about the ability to rally, motivate, or inspire people around you to lead, to follow you around that journey you've set for yourself. So leadership in itself, it's about a cause. You cannot be a leader and self-leadership in your room. But if people, you will not be. That's my definition. So if people and the cause are the most important ingredients of leadership, the cause is the cause. The cause is a view going to. The people ensure that that journey or that cause or that goal or that road is well tread so we get to the end point. So how do people work? We are human beings. We all forget one fundamental thing. We were first people before we became anything we are. Before you became Diolu, you were a baby. Your mother gave birth to you, and everything you became, you learned by either conditioning, by education, by society, whatever you became. But at the end of the day, all of us have something in common. We are fundamentally human beings. You know, when I meet big politicians that we respect, you see on TV, that you look at them on, meet them in an event, and some of them are not too tall. They have two on the TV and the media. Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State one day, I was maybe underwhelmed because he's a really small guy, small skinny guy with barriga, and I'm looking at him and saying, this is the guy we look at from afar. This big thing. We are all people, and leadership is about encouraging people. And I said to people, the things that will make you proud, that will make you happy, that will inspire you to do more, do it to those you claim to lead. Because you know what? All of us, Christian, Muslim, pagan, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Ibibio, Efik, Edo, Fulani, Karuni, all of us fundamentally have one thing in common. We are just bloody people, flesh and blood. There's nothing else. Everything we think we are is just a figment of our imagination because we created it. And the way you know is that when everybody wants to die, nobody remembers all the money he has. You remember, if you're a Yoruba man and don't like a Igbo man, if you have an Igbo nurse and you're in hospital, you never tell him, go and get me a Yoruba nurse or get me Hausa blood transfusion. No, if you're a Kanuri man, you never say, they want to give you blood. Is the blood from a Kanuri man? No. You accept it because we are all the same thing. So fundamentally, the things that make people strong, that make us value leaders, are around encouragement. Why do you need encouragement as people? Because we are bloody well going to fail in many things we do. That's a fact. That's why we're human. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to trust wrong people. You're going to make the wrong investments. I made a big wrong investments recently, and I felt so bad with myself. And I was talking to a friend of mine. He said to me, let me not tell you something because to annoy you, you know. And I said to him, no, tell me. Because you know what? Every one of us is prone fundamentally to making wrong decisions. So in leadership, if you go in expecting perfection with those around you, because oftentimes you say, I trusted this guy, the guy failed me. The only person you can trust is God. Every other person you cannot trust. But if you understand that leadership is about leading people, and people will make mistakes, your first job is that when you see people, I judge people by one thing. Judge the intent, not the action. Judge the intent. I do not care if the man's intent was good, but the action was stupid. Tell him you have made a mistake. Let's go on the journey. If the intent, and I repeat, if your intent, so we judge people for everything. You know, we are in a world today where all of us are quick to judge. Every news that comes out, the news trending today, you guys, younger guys watching this is Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. And so many people have judged them or whatever. I can't pass a judgment because I'm not in their shoes. It is easy when you're outside to judge. But I always say, if the intent is right, but the action is wrong, encourage and move on. Because my dad always tells me, it's the intent that counts. I'll give you a simple example. A mosquito is on your head, somebody slaps you, or kills the mosquito in your face. You have two options. This guy slapped me. You know, you can look at it. The guy slapped me. And maybe he did slap you. He wanted to hit the mosquito because he knows that your blood type A plus and you get malaria easily. He wanted to hit the mosquito, but the mosquito flew away and he slapped you. Look at him and say, look, this guy is an idiot. He slapped me. How can he slap me? But if you choose say you don't get malaria, your job as a leader is to encourage me and say, I understand why you wanted to do what you did. It was right. But how you did it was wrong. You could have told me, oh boy, they don't look as a mosquito I want to kill you. But I forgive you and move on. Because every one of us in all our careers, everybody has made mistakes. And everybody listening to me will make mistakes. Fact. So judge by the intent. And if you judge by that, It allows you to encourage. How do you encourage people? You know, we have a site in Nigeria where we think the only encouragement people want is money. So they do well, you pay them salary. They do better, you give them political appointments. Our philosophy of encouragement is about rewarding cash. You know what? I ask everybody listening to me, when you were a kid, how did your teachers encourage you? My kids, when they were younger, what they'll give them, they do when they give them a star in a book. They don't put one star. It's smile on a book. And they come back, Daddy, I got 5 smileys. They weren't paid to do the smileys. But the smileys said, good work. Well done. You have tried. Even if you have not done well, they'll say you have tried. That's what it is. So the principles of encouraging people in leadership is understanding their intents and helping them through difficult times. And simple words like hang in there, it will get better. I saw a colleague of mine, I was speaking to the colleague a few days ago. And I said, you know, I see in you something you don't see. So much around you is pressing you down, but I can see a sparkle in you. Then I know that if it comes out, you will be greater than. And I was amazed because she ran around in the office and came back and said, nobody ever spoke to her like that before. And I said, I'm not saying it because I want to make you happy. I'm saying it because it is true. Within each one of us, there's something about us that yearns for acclamation, that yearns for support, that yearns for someone to tell us, you know what, you've tried. You've tried doesn't mean you succeeded though. You tried means you're giving it your best shot. Because people think you tried. But your leader is saying to you, you've well done, my guy. Well done. We encourage people in organizations or in leadership is first of all acknowledging what they're doing or what they've done or what the intent behind what they've done is. Acknowledging it. Black Africa, all of us, we are afraid to swear like this. I've heard that say many times. I go begin swear. If I tell her now say you do well, you go begin swear. We say that in Nigerian parlance. The truth is that look, when you acknowledge, also in our Nigerian lingo, where I come from, they say when you praise a man for what he's done, he will do more. So all of us are wired like that, that when a man recognizes either our efforts or our successes, or indeed our challenges, it stimulates and motivates us to do more. The other point that, I talked about leadership and being compassionate, and in fact, having empathy. Empathy oftentimes is about stepping into the shoes of the other guy and understanding what he's going through. So I spoke to a colleague of mine once recently. We were talking about coming to work. And he said to me, sir, I leave home by 5 every day. I said, you leave home by 5 every day? He said, yes. I said, why? To make it to office by 9. And the reason why I asked was, the government, by 3 o'clock, the person had to leave. So I said, why do people leave by 3? I thought they've now lifted all this. He said, so that this 3 helps me. If I leave home by 5, I arrive by 9. When I leave by 3, I get home around 8:39. I said to him, what do you mean you get home by 8:39? What kind of story is that? Then he now told me, sir, this is where I live. My first thing was, you live, really lives at somewhere that takes 3.5 hours to come to. I said, but why did you move to? Why don't you get a place near to office? And he said to me, he asked me a fundamental question, sir, do you know my salary? That's where I was quiet. He said, my salary in Lagos cannot get me a place. I will pay on my own, pay DSTV, buy food, pay guys. He said, sir, not near our office. So I have to end up living with my aunt who lives retired somewhere. And I sat down and started thinking. I said, how can I help this person? But the point is, I was complaining that the person was leaving work by 3 o'clock without understanding that even at 3 o'clock he leaves, he's woken up by 5 o'clock and he'll get home by 9 o'clock. And I was complaining as, people who are hardworking.
Mm.
When the person told me, and I asked someone, I said, oh, that's where the person lives. So, that was the last time. I said to myself, you can, even 2:45, you can go home. Because me, I cannot. I cannot fathom that a human being leaves his house 5 a.m. every day and gets his home 9, 10, 10 every day. And it's not going from here to Kano. He's in this Lagos. He's not going from here to Onitsha. He's in this Lagos.
Mm.
And that's about. So I said to the person, I said, okay, you know what? Don't worry. By 3 o'clock every day, even if we do full work now, your closing time, early resumption time is 9, closing time is 3 o'clock. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But again, that person, interestingly, I now realized, called me one day and said, sir, the way you talk to me about it, no, I mean, I'll be coming to work. In fact, today, the person, I'm around 4, telling the person, I said, what are you still in the office by 4? He said, no, I have things to finish. I must go. I said, no, you go home by 3. He said, no, sir, I will do it. Because he feels I understand where he's coming from. Leadership is about encouragement. Leadership is not about always giving excuses or complaining about what people did or what they didn't do right. Leadership is about encouragement. When you understand the shoes in which your colleagues work or your country, your nationals work, then you can think of things differently. If we flip back to political leadership, the single biggest challenge we have as a people in this country is that our leaders don't know what the followers are going through. We don't. They truly don't. I mean, I'm one of those who truly believe that when you get into political leadership and enter like the Aso Rock or something covers your eye, it just envelopes you, and you don't, or you see nothing. There's this good joke. I lived in Kenya for a couple of years, and there was this joke. Those who know Daniel Arap Moi was president of Kenya for 20-something years. So, and I think it's a real life story. I don't know if it's a joke, but it's a real life story. So, he was president for 22 or 23 years. So when he handed over to Moi Kibaki at the Nyanyo Stadium, after he handed over, so they hand over the normal stuff, they swear in the new president. So he enters his car, his official car, but now the escorts are gone. Drives of the Kenya National Stadium, and he's driving on the road. And he says, there's traffic everywhere. And the driver looks at him and says, sir, for the last 20 years, anytime you come out on the road, they clear the road. He never saw traffic. He said, okay, there are too many cars in Kenya, there's too much traffic. And the driver not laughing and said, sir, every time you last 20 years, the road is cleared before you come out. This is our real Kenya. And that was instructive because it made me realize that even that leader didn't know what the people were going through. And he's creating policies. I mean, the same thing in Nigeria when people have told us that telephone is not for the poor. There's no hungry man in Nigeria. Everybody can afford. After all, they have BSTV. If you do not understand what your followers are going through, you cannot guide them on the course. You cannot send them on the course to follow you when you don't know where they're coming from. Encouragement is first of all about understanding. You cannot encourage a man you don't understand where he's coming from. You cannot encourage him. Encouragement means that you understand, you feel, and you understand how to get him to get out of it. A lot of us, whether political leaders, business leaders, are in, permit my French, deep shit. Some are frustrated, some are depressed. A business leader sent me a message of a multinational today, a CEO of a multinational sent me a message, and what he said is, I think people want me to fail. He said, I'm frustrated, people are not, and he went on, and honestly, I just asked him, sir, how are you doing? He was like, I just opened the can of worms, and he went on that. And then I was asking, I wrote him, I said, are you sure it's me you won't tell all these things? Because I'm not. Are you sure it's me? And he went on, and I could just see it was like I took a pin and burst a balloon. And all this frustration was, people are trying to make, and people look at him and say, this guy is a great leader. The guy is dying in silence. So leadership is about understanding the person. All I could tell him was, sir, I feel your pain. A lot of businesses are going through the same challenges. But we have to keep plodding along. You know, you're the boss. A boss cannot come out and feel that telling people that everything is collapsing. I said your job is like a swan. You might be struggling on that, but on the surface, you exude calm because you want to show that that journey we are going there. Even if under, you're dying. I said, you cannot. That's why you're chatting me and telling me your problems. I will listen because I don't work for you and we're friends. I can listen to you. But the reality is that, look, I hope that you don't show this to your team. Yes, you can tell them how bad things are. Yes, you can inspire them. You can correct them. But leadership has to do with encouragement. So when everything is bad, you acknowledge that things are tough, but you remind people that the journey is achievable. You acknowledge that things are not working the way it ought to be, but you remind people that, like Barack Obama will say, yes, we can. It can be done. It will be done. Because with you by my side, we will achieve great things. Leadership is about encouragement. It's about letting you know that, look, we are together in this boat. You know, ride or die, swim or sink. We will get to this course. I will not leave you. I will not abandon you. I also will not deny you if things go wrong. Because as leaders, a lot of leaders, you know, look at Babio and this woman today, actually, I don't know her name, on everywhere. It's about when things go wrong, you know, Magu and Malami, when things go wrong, it's the other person's fault. Leadership is not about apportioning blame. It's about taking responsibility. And if the act is wrong, if the intent is wrong, then you can sanction. If the intent is right, but the action is wrong, then you can teach, inspire, motivate, correct, but more than that, encourage. Because the person knows that the man who I follow understands my why. And if my why is from a good place, he will not abandon me. He will not tell me I'm a foolish person. Leadership is about encouragement. In any journey, you will get tired. There is no journey that you embark on. There's no cause that is bigger than you. The concept of the cause is bigger than you. It means that the cause has more probability to drain you than you in the cause. There's no cause that is worth it that will not sap your energy, that will not test your will, that will not tell you that, oh God, forget this people. If you follow the Bible, when Jesus was tempted on the mountain, he had where he was his cause. He knew what he wanted to do. But they were saying, look, just chop this bread. Just worship me, I give you this food. And all is well. There is no cause that is bigger than you. There is none. There's no challenge that is bigger than you that will not drain you. Leaders and followers need to be energized and re-energized. Leaders and followers need to be energized and re-energized. How do you energize yourself? If you truly believe in your cause, the first thing is never lose focus. Always remember the end, where I'm going to. Always remember that the journey is not the objective. You know, the journey is just, you know, the roads may be rough, the path may be crooked, the road may be broken, but the journey's end is the goal. Somebody very dear to me always said to me when I was growing up, when things were tough in our family, he'll say to me, or in fact, it's my mom, she will say to me, one day you will tell this as a story. Focus on where you want to get to. Yeah, things are tough. But one day it will be a story to inspire people because you would have gotten to the place where people will look at you and say, they will not know the journey you went to. The first way to energize you is to focus on the end. You focus on the goal. Focus on what you will do. And that's why if your cause is strong, like Martin Luther King, even though he knew he would be killed, you know, there are so many people that said the day he was shot, he had this inclination that he would die. It didn't stop him from the cause. Because he knew that if that cause, his famous speech, I have a dream, he knew that cause, that if I achieve that if I achieve it, it is bigger than me. If my life will be taken, to achieve that cause that will create a generation of free, equal Americans in a society, then all is done. It doesn't matter. I'm a speck in the cause. When you focus on the cause, you derive energy from the cause. Because what motivates you is not you, it's about the end. So the first thing is about the cause. How do I get myself energized? Never lose sight of where you're going to. And when the storms of the world come at you, the distractions, the pressures, the worries, the family pressures is bigger than you. If your cause is big, I'll say something controversial here because oftentimes we believe that, look, people will understand, especially family, those of you who are married with kids. Oftentimes we think that sometimes our spouses must buy into our dream or our vision or our cause. A man once told me that Joseph in the Bible, it was Joseph's dream. If it's not Joseph's dream, your job is to sell that dream. Because sometimes I might be your best friend, but I don't see where you're going to. Because the dream, the vision is not for me. Nelson Mandela started the journey to emancipate Black South Africa with a lot of people around him. A lot of people dropped by, a lot of people collected money and moved on. A lot of people said, I can't do 27 years in prison. After 4 or 5 years, go. Now, everything concerned me. I don't try. You cannot say I'm not trying. Nigerian, I've tried now. A lot of people said that, a lot of people, but he endured, he focused. The point is, energizing starts with never losing sight of where you're going to. Be it in business, be it in politics, be it in your family, be it in your church. Because leadership, again, it's not about political leadership. I say it's about the cause. If your cause is to leave your family, I tell people, something that's mundane, opportunity to go to school. And your cause is that before in next 10 years, all my siblings will go to school. And I have a friend who did it. When I was in university, a very good friend of mine, his name is Fortune, he's in Canada. Very good friend of mine. We're in university together our first year. And first year, second year, I came to school one day. Fortune said he was going to leave school. We're roommates. I said, why are you going? What day you want to leave school? We're in the same course. We're reading physics. I said, why do you want to leave school? And he says to me, I'm reading physics. My brother got admission to read pharmacy. My father can't send 2 of us to school. I rather he does pharmacy because he believed that a pharmacist has a better chance to get a job after school than a physicist. So he said, I'd rather drop out. Let him go in. And I was like, you know,
Well,
I shouldn't worry about him. But at and he had worked out, then he can come back to school. Brother can go to school and you go to school. Somehow he went through. But sorry, well, I'm back. Yeah, but like
I think there's a little bit of a glitch with the internet. We lost the conversation from the guy who stepped out for his brother. You can take it back from there.
I could see that he was willing to give up his own. Everybody today, every one of them went through that. So I use him as an example because it's not about, can you hear me?
We're hearing you now.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening, but it keeps going on. Yeah, okay. So what I'm saying is his cause was bigger than himself. And so if you don't lose focus of your cause, then you will be energized as a leader or as a person. The other thing is to, as a leader, look at your people and understand what they're going through. Because sometimes their challenges and suffering inspires you to take them to the promised land. Because when you see that, look, these ones depend on me. These ones have given their all for me. Sometimes it helps you on that journey to get to the promised land. As leaders also, always find time to step back and find your own inner strength to continue. Because no journey is easy. No journey is easy. The journey of marriage is tough. The journey of career is tough. The journey of political leadership is tough. The journey of business leadership is tough. There is no journey that is easy. But if you look at your goal and remain focused, look at those following you and understand what they sacrifice to get you this far. You can't lead them halfway now. You cannot just run away. Then there's a good chance that you find energy in yourself. When I say think about yourself, I actually think one of the greatest reasons why Nelson Mandela, I use my example because I lived in South Africa for a couple of years, why Mandela succeeded on his journey was because he was in prison.
We're missing that. We're not getting that.
He lost.
Yeah.
Prison gave him time. He came to create the vision of where he wanted to be and to focus on it without distraction. If he was with his wife and children every day at home, then he would not have, I promise you, time in that circumstance, which he wanted on the journey. Can you hear time? In his solitude, he stand to see the challenges after he came out. If Mandela did not spend time in prison, he would not have been a great leader. So a great leaders also find in themselves time to energize themselves. Some of us do it by reading, some do it by listening to webinars, some do it by talking to leaders they believe in. Some do it by praying, some do it by in something they do, just go out. Some they do. How am I thinking yourself? You have to also find time for yourself. Because you know what? I start by saying, we are all people. Those Superman doesn't exist. Superheroes are only in Marvel. They don't exist in real life. So people think they can do and undo. It is a lie. It is the biggest fallacy you think that, look, I'm a Superman. It's just a guy who is the vision, who God has given life, health to pursue that vision. But you need to be energized. I know that I'm going to stop very soon, next 3 minutes, so I can ask questions, because I know there's 5 minutes. Everybody needs encouragement, both the leader, the follower and the followee, or the leader and the followers need to be encouraged. Because on the journey of life, you will be disappointed. On the journey of leadership, you'll be disappointed. On the cause for which you plot yourself, you will be disappointed. You will make mistakes that you ask yourself, how did I make this mistake in life? I've had friends I've asked in the last couple of days, how did you get into this? It's not for me to judge. But I realized that, look, even I can get into where they are. Sometimes things work out for us and you think, okay, it is because you're good. I don't think so.
True.
So, but if you don't judge, so you understand that even the led and the leader and the failed, you're required to be encouraged. And that's why I said the intent is what's most important. To be energized, you need to focus on your goals. You get energy. When you're going to the sun, when the spacemen want to go go to Mars or to Jupiter or the moon. They are not focused on the earth. Their singular focus is on the goal. And it is the goal that inspires you. The other thing that energizes you or energizes you is your people. Those who have left their all to come with you on this journey. For some of them may not know, but they're on that journey because you've asked them to come on that journey. You're on that journey because they believe in you. You're on that journey, they're on that journey because they believe that that cause, that end you're taking them to will change their lives or their circumstance or their world for the better. When you look back at what they give up to come with you, even when they don't understand where you're going to, it inspires you to lead them to that promised land. It becomes your responsibility to find the energy within you to keep going. Because guess what? They're looking up to you. The last point I'll leave is find the space in yourself to energize yourself. Because again, we are but human beings. As I grow older, I realize that, you know what, all we are just one small mosquito will make you realize how human you are. One small mosquito I did see will teach you that, look, you're a bloody human being. And if you are, all of us need that time to step back in solitude, in prayer, in worship, in conversation, in discussion, in reading, in whatever that gives you that energy. We need to step back and find ourselves so we have the energy to continue on the course for which we are going, for the cause we have, on the cause we set for ourselves. My standing, I know it's about 9, and I think I've spent too much of my time, but I say thank you. If there are questions, please let me know. I'll take questions.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. It's been very enlightening, and a lot of people have been just basically supporting the thoughts and writing out what you've been saying. Okay, there's a question here. Please, if you have questions, please update them so that I can add your questions to it. We'll take questions over the next 10 minutes, and then it will be a wrap. Somebody's asking, Uba Ben Uwalaka is saying, as a leader, when you're at your wit's end, how or what can you do to refuel and continue to inspire followership? So when you run down and you're at your wit's end.
Yes, interesting. I said 2 things. When you're at your wit's end, you need to energize yourself. Like I said to you, first of all, step out of everything around you and ask yourself, the cause for which I'm going, is the cause right? Am I still on the course to get to where I want to go to? That cause, the thing that makes you, the thing that inspires you is bigger than you. So step out of the whole melee, because every time leaders tend to spend time trying to fix all the problems and forget that you can never fix all the problems. So I always say, but sometimes you say, what will be. You close your computer and go and sleep. Those who watch football, go and watch Arsenal lose matches, but just watch it. Because what it does is 2 things. One, it helps you realize that, when you get out of the rat race or the spiral of everything around you, you often see things clearly. You see things better. So I advise that when you're at your wit's end, that is time to get out. That is time to step out. Step away from everything. Everything that, if it's a meeting, step away. But don't pass judgment or make decisions when you're at your wit's end. That's the worst thing you can do. Step out of it. I used to do it quite often. Sometimes when I'm just had it up to here, I get on the plane and go to South Africa and sit down. I always tell people, when I go to South Africa, I'm a nobody. I wear my short knicker, sit down in a restaurant, have a big steak with cheese on it, and I'm just relaxed. I don't care. Then when you finish all that, you get back. That's the first thing. The other thing is about people. Your job as a leader is to inspire and motivate people. That is why leadership is difficult. Leadership isn't power, it is authority. It's the ability to motivate and inspire people. So if you are at your wit's end, you cannot motivate anybody because you start shouting. So the first thing is you start shouting. There's anybody who is at the end is irritable. He doesn't want to listen again. He doesn't want to hear. He's not interested. So if you take yourself out of it, whatever it is, take out of it, take time off. sometimes we think that if we go, the world will not collapse, because if you die, the world will not collapse. So take yourself out of it and energize yourself. Ask yourself, what I set out to do, am I doing it?
We're missing a bit of that. We're not hearing. We're not hearing that. Yeah, there are a few glitches here and there. Can you hear me though? Hello? There's a little bit of a glitch. Okay. Dr. Kachi, we're missing you. There's a little glitch. Okay, I think there's a disconnection. Okay, I'm sure you can hear me. I'm sure it's been an interesting class today. There's been a lot for us to learn about leadership and the fact that leaders are human beings. He will join us shortly, and then we'll be able to wrap it up. If you have questions, please put them in the question and answer session. Let's have your questions so that he can deal with them. Okay, I think he's back. Welcome,
I'm
sir.
back. Sorry,
no problem.
The internet thing. So the first thing is, like I said to you, take yourself out of the melee or the challenge or whatever it is, and give yourself time to recharge and re-energize. It helps you. Don't make decisions when you're at your wit's end, because your job is to inspire and motivate. That's your job as a leader. That's your job. So if you start shouting at people at that time, you can't inspire anybody when somebody is telling you you're stupid, you're mad, what's wrong with you? Can't you think? You know, a leader's one is, okay, I've seen what you've done. I know you've done your best. Can we still do a bit more? I know you've tried. Give me 5 more minutes. Even when you know the guy has not tried. That's a leader. So that my thought is starts with you. If you're energized and you're calm, then you can inspire the team around you.
Okay, very good. There are a few questions building up as well. Somebody is asking, Shola is asking here, if great leaders are like great brands, what happens when the life cycle of brands diminish? What do you do as a leader?
Yeah, the difference between a great leader and a great brand is that, look, brands last 100 and something years. Your leadership lifespan lasts, if you're smart, okay, 40, 50 years, if you live to 100. The difference is that, look, because you believe in lasts after you, not you as a leader, not you. Nobody knows you. Look, however big you think you are, how many people remember Nandez truly what he did? It's what he fought for, you remember. So understand that it's the cause you fight for is what you'll be remembered for. So like, unlike brands can be there for 200 years, 1759, Guinness have been there since 1759, Heineken, Cokes, they can re-energize, they can rebrand, they can change packaging, they can change formulation. When you pass 70, 75 years, you cannot rebrand again. You're going to sit down in your house and get old. By the time you'll be 80, you're sitting down looking at your grandchildren. But the cause for which you are fought is what will make them remember you as a great leader or forget you in the annals of history. So how do you keep focused on the journey? And when you get to the point, there are times also leaders you step up. When you achieve the goal or you move the team to where you think you have gotten to, leadership is the ability to know, okay, I've done my part. And like they say, step aside. Not like us that, you know, the joke going around that if in Nigeria, people who are 30 cannot get jobs, and they say they are too old for jobs in companies. But when you're over 70, you're young enough to be president of Nigeria. It's the way we operate. So that's for me, we're not like brands, but our cause determines what we're remembered for. And that's what it is. That's the reality of human leadership.
Okay. John Ashibel is asking, what can you do if you are leading people that are looking for your downfall, or they are waiting for you as a leader to make mistakes?
Okay, let me tell you something. There's no leader that many people are waiting for them to fall. You know, look at it this way. A leader is like, let me give you an analogy. You go to the forest. The birds that a hunter shoots are the birds that are high on the tree they can see, not the ones in the ground. If you go to a mango tree, the mangoes you stone are the ones that are ripe, not the green ones.
Yes,
You understand that the very concept of leadership means that you attract both followers and detractors. If you cannot deal with detractors and understand that they are part of your leadership journey, there is nobody calling it spiritual leadership. Muhammad, Jesus, Buddha, they were friends who liked them, there were people who hated them. Leadership in itself elicits envy from some people, anger from others. That's what leadership is. So I'm not, if you expect that you'll be a leader, everybody will like you. You're not a leader, you're a comedian. If everybody likes you, you're not a leader, you're a comedian. Everybody's smiling and laughing at you.
Or ice cream.
Or ice cream, everybody likes you. But your ability to stay on course and show them where you want to get to and keep them going, even if it's by high service, that one day some of them start changing, start believing that maybe this guy is not such a bad guy. It's what leadership is. But if you want to be a leader, no, you be ready for it. The higher you go, it doesn't become cooler. The higher you go, you declare it out to the hunter to shoot you down. That's what leadership is about.
Okay.
But it is your ability to motivate people and get them to one day say, after this man has gone, I realize now that what I did was wrong. Then you have turned the lie. That is leadership.
Okay, excellent. Someone's asking, Cordelia Uwalaka is asking here, as a leader, what do you do when your followers have lost interest, despite all your efforts to focus on the cause? How do you help them reconnect?
I'll give you an example. And I'll use a Bible example, sorry, but for our Muslim friends or atheists, it's a simple example. The Israelites who followed Moses out of Egypt, is only one, I think, Caleb, that entered the promised land. Everybody who went did. So understand that your journey doesn't mean that those who follow you start from the beginning. It's about the cause. I keep saying it's about the cause. It doesn't mean that all those who follow you from the beginning will be with you to the end. It does not mean so. But it means that as a leader, you're walking to the end. And sometimes in the leadership journey, you will shed weight. Sometimes in the leadership, in the course of the journey, you realize, okay, this guy has gotten this far. In every race, one person will win. In the marathon, most marathons, not everybody completes the marathon. That's a fact.
Sure.
So when they say you have run your race, some people have run their race. So by 25 kilometers, they've run their race. Others will. Your job as leader, who can follow me on that journey to the end and keep re-energizing them. Some will drop out. Everybody will not be with you. And I don't expect they will. And I think the Moses story is a real example. They all left Egypt. None of them who left Egypt, I think by Caleb or something, entered the promised land. None of them did. Not even Moses. Moses saw it, didn't enter. And I mean, that's what it is, sadly. That's the way it is. But your job as leader is to keep energizing the new ones who come in and get more people around your cause. That even when people drop out, more people go in. It's like a mothball that keeps going, gathering more sand, it's becoming bigger, it's becoming bigger, it's becoming bigger. That's what leadership is. So sometimes you have to let go of those who cannot go your journey or those who you know have gotten to your wit's end. But before then, you ask yourself, that cause I'm fighting for, or I'm working towards, not necessarily fighting for, it doesn't have to be fighting for anything. Is it the right cause? Is it worth it? One last point I'll make is, there's a popular this thing when I was younger, they say Vox Populi, Vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. It's a lie. It's a big, and the reason why I say it is because understand that sometimes the voice of people might be wrong. From the time of Jesus, kill him, kill him, kill him. With the time of social media, he's wrong, he's wrong, he's wrong. He's a thief. You find out he didn't do anything, then nobody says anything. Yeah, if you follow what happens on social media today, everybody is guilty until found proven innocent. The point is that, look, once somebody says, they saw 200 million in your account, everybody insults you. The point is, the voice of the people is not necessarily the voice of God. So the fact that other people are saying to you, what you're doing is wrong, doesn't mean you're wrong. But calibrate within yourself if that cause is big. If it's not about you, there's a good chance it's a bigger cause. If it's about you, so that the people will like me, or they'll see the work I did, or they will praise me, there's a good chance it's not a cause bigger than you. It's a cause that helps you push yourself. Then you should recalibrate it and think about it.
Okay, very good. Another was asking here, what can we learn from the prison experience? Mandela went to prison, Obasanjo went to prison. Must all leaders pass through prison?
No, not all leaders pass through. Good luck, Jonathan didn't go to prison. Buhari didn't go to prison. Uganda didn't go to prison. Okay, Awolowo went to prison. But so not every leader goes. Prison has nothing to. Prison sometimes helps you reset. It doesn't mean that it makes you a great leader. It's what you do with the time you have in prison that make you a great leader. It's not about prison. There are many prisoners in prison that are not presidents today. We only call two. Our prison population over 100,000. All of them are not going to be president. Some have done 25 years. They will remain there. So prison doesn't make you a leader. But sometimes great leaders are made in prisons because you see things differently. So it doesn't make you, but sometimes great leaders are made in prison. It doesn't matter whether you're in prison in your house, prison in your office, or like one of my favorite musicians, Bob Marley says, even in prison in your conscience, all in a prison. The point is what you do with it is what makes you a great leader or not. Whether you go to prison, you can. If you want to go to prison now, whether you become president, you forget you there.
So when Alonge is asking, as a leader of a team, what do you do if you have been trying your best to motivate your members of your team to key into your vision, but that isn't coming early enough? It's not coming early.
It's not coming early enough. You need to motivate them early enough.
They are not following early enough. They are not motivated.
First of all, your team starts with the way your team starts. It's about getting the right people. You see, look, if you have people who work for you, whatever it depends. Some people work for you because they want to earn money. Some people work because they want to grow themselves. Some people work because they want to create something new. Some people are just, let me create something new. Some people work because they want to scatter the status quo. They will come in there, they are scatter agents. Your team starts with if your vision, when you're getting them in, is aligned to their vision of what they want of themselves. Oftentimes there's a big misalignment. And until we align together, then it's easier to do that. If there's a misalignment, then you're going to north, they're going to south. The guy only wants this. I want to just be paid salary. Don't ask me any question. And you're telling him, how will shape this business in 5 years. And in his mind, he's saying to himself, I want to live here in 6 months. I want to get no salary to get money to pay for my visa fee to go to Canada. You can't get it. So your leadership, the ability to get the right followers behind you, starts with understanding that you can define what they are about, what motivates them, what inspires them, what their history is, what they are passionate about. So if they align with you on your leadership journey or your organization's leadership journey, there's a good chance that together you can walk that journey. If they don't, then you struggle. It may be time to also change some people in the boat or change yourself as the case may be.
Okay. The final question tonight from Chinwe Uzonora says, transparency and accountability are key qualities of great leaders. How do we empower leaders in Nigeria to adopt these qualities? I think somebody's thinking outside the box again.
You cannot teach what you don't have. I think that, look, we have transparency and accountability. I agree with you, but I think that we have this peculiar leadership problem in Nigeria. And it starts with every one of us. Nations have the leaders they deserve.
True.
For all we complain, I say to people, you know what? 99% of Nigerians who complain about bad leadership, if they get in there, they'll do exactly the same thing.
Yep.
And so the problem isn't about, it's the leaders have a problem. But the problem starts with the values we impart in our children or ourselves when we're young. So let me give you a good example. I've had parents who go to schools and want to encourage their children's teachers to pass them illicitly or illegally. And the child knows that. And then tomorrow you want that child to come up and talk about honesty and integrity. I don't know how that game plays. I don't understand it. You go to a job, you're a parent. Your child knows that you work in a job and maybe by mistake you see you're a wife. Let me put it on. You know your husband's salary is 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira a month. Your husband comes tomorrow with the Lexus 570 GL. And you never ask him how he got it. You say, okay, God has done it for me. And then tomorrow, when he becomes president, you expect that, look, well, he'll be different. We have a foundational issue on what our values are, on our abilities as a people, to challenge things that are wrong. I give this example. Everybody in this webinar whose brother becomes the president of Nigeria, the first thing your friends will tell you, remember me, oh. Even you will start saying, my brother was made a minister, all is well. A minister salary in Nigeria is not up to 2 million naira a month, but you expect that, look, because he's now a minister, that you'll be able to, he will build his own house in village and other things and buy property in Abuja. You expect the same thing from him. And if he doesn't do it, you start yabbing him that after all, when he was a minister, what did he achieve? What did he do for me? What did he do for the community? When you put people on that kind of pressure, then what do you expect? You want the man to you want the man to steal and please you because you're his family, but then be good after. It doesn't work. So in terms of transparency that have not been built, first of all, I think who have a career, who have values, who have a cause, who truly believe in this contraption or this thing called Nigeria. Because if you don't believe in it, or believe that you want to move Nigeria as a unit together, then it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. We will fail as a nation. I tell people the biggest thing that worked in this country was our unity schools. Because I am a product of one, I said in my introduction, FGC Jos.
Yeah.
And one of the things he helped me do was that it opened me to people from, my friends are from everywhere. If I go to Lagos, if I go to Ibadan today, I go to Abeokuta today, and he had no religion. If a classmate of mine lost her husband, and the closest, she's a Christian, the closest friend she had was a Muslim classmate who was with her all through. Now, when I visit, I say, they are praying, the Muslim is there with them. But it had nothing to do with tribe, it had nothing to do with religion. We were united as a team. And we understood that each one of us needed each other to thrive. When you are breaking bounds together, you're breaking bounds together. They know they break bounds, say, Yoruba, break bounds. When you are chopping your provision, you did it together. When you fight, when seniors are punishing everybody, they are punishing as a group. It was not punished by religious or ethnic, and it built us together. And that meant that I truly believe that when you have leaders whose foundation was built on understanding that we are one nation under God as a people, and that our aspirations are similar, then you have a good chance that you can work together and grow. But on the other hand, if you don't have that, it creates an issue. We need transparency for us starts with us. The last point I want to make on transparency, if you, as a man, woman, cannot tell your husband or wife what you earn as a salary, and they accept it for who you are, you will not be transparent when you get to presidency and you're stealing money in billions. Because they will say, I don't want to know, you're buying big car, you're buying it. We need to ask ourselves as a people, as a nation, those fundamental questions. And if we do, then there's a good chance that we'll draw up leaders who understand that I am accountable to my people. The other thing is that, okay, vote. Half of us here don't believe that elections matter. The point is, if you don't believe elections matter, you don't have a political party, you didn't join anyone. Most Americans or British people have what they identify as something. Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, Nigerians, we just admire nothing. Half of us sit down at home, particularly the elite, sit down at home and say it doesn't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, then you cannot change. Nature upholds a vacuum. People know, if political leadership knows that, look, every vote I had counted, then they probably will be more accountable. If they know that even if I read that and get into power, that these people around that I'm supposed to be leading can stand up and rise up against me, they will still behave. And so we need that, but it goes beyond political leadership. You know, people talk about leadership. Well, every leader we've had has ended up the same thing. Our current EFC chairman wasn't there before. We have problem. Malami wasn't there before. We have problem. The people who are fighting today, sorry to say, Minister of Nigeria are fighting today. It wasn't so. We've changed leaders from the first democratic solution. And let me tell you guys, they are not bad people. Some of them are good Muslims and good Christians, went to good schools, went to good universities, worked hard. They got in there. When the values are wrong, fundamental, it doesn't matter where you get it. It's not about, we get, every country gets leaders itself. Sadly, every leader we had in Nigeria, we deserve it because it's a product of Nigeria. In fact, none of our leaders was brought up abroad fully. None of our presidents. Nobody. Everybody who has been a serious guy in Nigeria. Now, so it's us. Sadly.
Awesome. Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Dr. Kachi. I think it's been very instructive tonight. I think everybody else can hear this. When we fix ourselves, and we need to begin to fix ourselves in our little portfolios, in our little spaces, begin to exhibit the right leadership skills and leadership traits, it will spill over. We can't give what we don't have. So it will spill over from here to our small communities, to our states, to our cities, and to our nation. Thank you very much for all of that today. I'm sure it's been exciting. We had a few glitches here and there with the internet, but the lessons. Now, the beautiful thing is we're recording this, so it's going to be shared on the YouTube channel. People will have the opportunity of listening to it again and possibly taking a quiz to show understanding. I don't know if you have a parting shot with us tonight before we wrap it up. We're about to close it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say thank you. Every one of us is a leader. Every one of us can be a leader. Focus on the cause. Forget the person. If we do that, we will shift our world. We will change our nation. Thank you very much. God bless us all.
Thank you.